In this chair yoga practice, we'll be working the spine in 7 different ways. We'll be elongating the spine. It's called axial elongation, and stretching through the right side and the left side for lateral stretches, followed by forward bends and back bends and twisting to the right and twisting to the left. Find a chair with a solid seat to do this practice. With your feet hip distance apart and your knees roughly right over your ankles. If you have knees that are higher or your hips are higher, then get props to facilitate a nice angle at the knees. Come to sit slightly forward on your sits bones and draw forward in such a way that it feels like you're creating a curve in your low back. Close your eyes, and as you close your eyes, with the forward part of the sit bones in contact with your chair, use your breath to feel a nice expansion. Breathe in deep and long. Breathe in through the nose and exhale through the nose. Have the breath very full so you can feel the right side ribs and the left side ribs expanding so fully. To create just a little bit more flexibility in the muscles that support your spine. Get in touch with the natural curves of the spine. The lumbar curve that is slightly lordotic or draws in, and the thoracic curve that goes slightly out or is kyphotic, and the cervical curve that once again is more lordotic or draws in toward the throat. Stay seated forward on the chair seat. Take your right arm up and reach over to the side and breathe in to expand through the right side ribs. Keep your legs very active by activating the feet and pulling from the toes toward the heels toward the chair legs. Inhale, rise up. Take your left arm up, reach over. Breathe in to expand through the left side ribs. Breathe out long. Give a nice evenness to the breath. Just feel how the side body is expanding so fully. And now slowly lift yourself out of that pose. Step your feet nice and wide apart. We'll do a forward bend. Take your hands right at your knees and let the hands just slide down your legs. See if you can keep the spine in a nice elongated form. In other words, no rounding of the spine. See if you can keep the natural curves. If you can take your hands to the floor, do so. If it feels better to keep your hands right above the knees or on the shins, do that. As you do, just draw a little bit deeper into the forward fold. Now, if you'd like to draw a little bit deeper and there's some rounding of your spine, go ahead and do that. But in the beginning parts of the practice, let's not go so deep. Take your hands back to the knees and rise up. We'll do that 2 more times. With your feet nice and wide apart, a lot wider than the chair legs are. Draw your heart forward. Keep your chin lifted. Just draw forward for a lot of hip flexion here. As you draw down, you can let your hands slide down. And as you do, you try to keep the spinal elongation, and on the next in-breath, you'll bob up slightly to give yourself a little bit more space for the fullness in the breath. And on the exhale breath, is draw it down a little bit deeper into the pose. Place your hands right above your knees and inhale, rise up. Now forward fold again as you draw it down. Try to keep the spine elongated, and it's only the last part of this action that you release and perhaps go a little bit deeper. Place your hands right above your knees and lift yourself up. And now we'll do some back bending. To prepare for that, place your feet hip distance apart. Take your hands to the chair back and hug your elbows in as you open the chest nicely. And now slowly release and let the elbows separate slightly. Again, hug your elbows in so you're just getting a nice spinal extension. And release. You feel your shoulder blades hug in as you reach your sternum forward, your heart reaches forward. You can lift your chin. Now slowly release out of that pose. We'll do a twist now. Move your legs over to the right side. Hold on to the back of the chair. And as you do, sit forward on your sits bones. Work your hands in such a way that the left hand is pulling in and the right hand is pushing away. You get this nice fullness in the twist. Now release out of the pose. Let's do a twist to the opposite side. Sit tall. Take the hands to the chair back, and in the same way we just did, just push with the left hand, pull with the right hand. Keep a nice elongation in the spine, even as you encourage just a little bit more movement in the pose. Now you can release out of the pose. So we just moved the spine in 7 different ways. It's a speedy way to keep your spine elongated, keep your awareness to your alignment during the day. Thanks for joining me in this exploration. Namaste.